Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here or you haven't subscribed yet, you know what to do. There's a red button right below this video. Subscribe now so you get all the updates from my videos straight to your feed. Wow, what an episode tonight on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This episode was episode 15 from season 11, and when I say that this season gets better and better with each episode, it really does. We are constantly unraveling the layers from this whole Erica Jane, Tom Girardi fiasco that's been going on. You know, if you watch from the beginning, and then up until now, it was at first confusing. We didn't know what was going on, but we've got Detective Sutton and her assistant Garcelle on the case, and baby, have they made this season spicy. I was thinking to myself as I watched this season, Sutton was very needed for this show because before these girls were really tight knit, close, way too comfortable, chummy, and friendly. And now Sutton's got them walking on their toes like they don't know what is about to happen. So let's get right into it. This episode starts and we're at Dorit's house and she's trying on different wedding dresses and she says that she's expanding her design resume into designing wedding dresses. We know that she's got her Beverly Beach line, which come to find out PK came up with the name for Beverly Beach. Just a little fun fact. But we see her trying that on it. I don't know why I got a Bruce Jenner vibe from PK. And no, I'm not misgendering Caitlyn Jenner. I'm talking about pre-Caitlyn when she was Bruce. I got that vibe from PK because he seemed very into women's clothing. He seemed like, I don't know why I got the vibe like that he would be very into trying on women's clothes. I got a Bruce Jenner vibe like he would want to leave Dorit one day and be a woman. I don't know why. He seems very creative and puts his input into a lot of Dorit's different fashion choices, her different businesses. When it comes to fashion, he seems to have an eye for it, and that's no shade at all. I see you, PK. You got style. You got different cool creative names. I mean, the name that Dorit originally had for her swimwear line was something lame, but he came up with Beverly Beach, which really has a ring to it. So I can't blame PK on that. Let me make sure my lighting's good here. Uh-oh, about lost y'all. So we get to the next scene and we get to see Sutton's home. So we know Sutton's been renting a house from Kyle. She's been renting Kyle's old house for like $20,000 a month, something like that. Like, that's a lot of money to be renting a home. Wow. But we get to see her home that she's renovating while she's living in Kyle's. We see, I guess she's bought a home or she's had a home and now she's getting it renovated and she's getting ready to move into it. Kyle comes over and her and Kyle have a conversation, and Sutton tells Kyle that she feels like she's been using kid gloves when it comes to Erica. And I laughed so hard at Sutton because she said, when that girl put her doo-doo nails in my face and called me small town girl, I was really mad. I love it because she's so out of place from Beverly Hills. I think it's her southern accent. And I like that she's different from the rest of these girls. It brings some comedic relief, in my opinion. But Sutton is better than me because when Erica was getting in her face and telling her that, I would have read her ass for filth. Sutton is too classy of a woman because she'll sit there and be like, Erica, don't talk to me like that. No, Sutton, we need you to go hang out with the Atlanta girls for a day or two so they can tell you, no, let me tell you something, Erica. You gonna get your damn finger out my face before you get your finger broken. That's how you handle that, Sutton. She also tells Kyle that Erica is lying about the story that she told about Tom breaking his ankle. And Sutton is calling out everything that we as viewers want to say. A lot of these girls say it behind closed doors. I think this, yeah, I don't know. I kind of think she's lying. Is she lying? I don't know. But when Erica gets there, they're all wanting Sutton to be the one to say everything, which we'll get more into that when the dinner party from hell actually starts. Um, Sutton made a good point and said a producer asked, I think the producer had asked, why do you think Erica's lying? And, or do you think Erica's lying or something? And Sutton said, yes, I think she's lying to help build Tom's defense. And it makes complete, utter sense because months after that's filmed, Tom's defense was he has dementia. So could Erica have met with her lawyers and Tom's lawyers and they told her, look, when you go on this show, you need to say this, this, and this. So we have that leading up to Tom's dementia defense. It all makes sense if you're a smart person and you just watch and don't believe everything you say. Those out there who don't believe, or those out there who truly believe Erica don't know what's going on, you guys have got to sit and start piecing this stuff together. Stop watching just the show and go do your research. Listen to the interviews with Ronald Richards, who I'm going to try and get on my channel and do an interview so you all can have. If you want that interview with Ronald Richards, let me know in the comments below. And, you know, this whole thing with Erica and people thinking that she didn't know nothing. How do y'all explain her filing on election day? She admitted on the show, I filed on election day hoping there wouldn't be any attention on it, on my divorce, but that didn't work. No, you file on election day, yes, hoping there wouldn't be any attention towards your divorce because you didn't want anybody calling out that your divorce was a sham so you could hide assets or hold money or whatever you and Tom are allegedly trying to do, Erica. We're on to you, girl. And the more and more the more episodes that come out, the less I believe anything that Erica Jane says anymore. She's lost all her credibility to me. Her lies don't add up. She's crying and more upset about her own personal situations and not the cancer victims, not the burn victims, not the orphans and the widows, the people who lost family members. She's more worried about her rich, expensive lifestyle that's gone down the toilet. And nobody can tell me different. That's what I'm watching here. Well, my Housewives banner is no longer up there. I got an Apple TV now, so it doesn't keep the frame up there as long as my Chromecast did. So Crystal has Erica, Kathy, and Garcelle come over for lunch and drinks. And before the girls get there, before the girls get to Crystal is actually making some lamb. She's cutting up some lamb. And in her confessional, she tells the story that when she was in Peru, she was on the side of the road and she ate a guinea pig. And she thought it was a pig, so she ate it. And I'm like, girl, what the hell is wrong? I was like, okay, let me think here, because she didn't clarify in her confessional. Were you really young and somebody told you this was a pig? Were you an adult and somebody maybe told you it was a pig? Or was there a language barrier going on because you were in Peru? Like, I don't understand. How did you not know it was a guinea pig, girl? Like, I would have screamed if I'd have known I ate a rodent. Like, no. Especially a guinea pig. They're so cute. Why would you even want to do that? Oh, my God. Anyway, so this whole lunch that Crystal had seemed like a big setup, either by the girls or by the producers or whomever, because the girls start talking about Sutton and her being small town, and Crystal's like, I think she's awkward and weird, and it seems like a setup because why didn't you have Sutton over there, but you had Garcelle there, which you know is her friend, which Garcelle stood up for Sutton in a way, and also did in her confessional as well, but I'm like, why are y'all... I don't know if they were told to bring that up. They were probably told to talk about that, I'm sure. But it just felt so distasteful. And Kathy, I was kind of disappointed in because I'm like, Kathy, you have so much to say now about Sutton. But if she was sitting here right now, would you say that? You want to play that Housewives game, be ready to play it when Sutton comes around. You should have to confront her on the things that you said. Everybody's got skeletons in their closet. You're really not that important. That's what Kathy said. And I like Kathy a lot. I think she's quirky and fun. But come on, girl. If you're going to play ping pong, let's play it. You got to be able to take it if Sutton comes for that ass. So Erica at this little lunch claims that she didn't know who Sutton was before she met her. And Crystal makes the comment, I didn't know who Sutton Stracke was either. And Garcelle won the whole scene over when she said in her confessional, I didn't know who Crystal was either when I met her, but I knew who Rob Minkoff was. Shade. I was like, yes, Garcelle. Garcelle like is the MVP of this season along with Sutton because they have all the right moments. They've got the shade. They're reading the girls down. They're bringing up things that other girls won't bring up. They are earning their checks. Bravo. Next season, I need Sutton and Garcelle holding the center diamonds, and I need them to get a fat raise because they are asking the questions that we as viewers want to know, and they are the team that 95% of the viewers are on at this point. That's just what I'm seeing online. Kyle and Mauricio. So we leave the whole little small lunch scene and we go to Kyle and Mauricio's house, and they are celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary. Mauricio's got the house set up with candles and balloons. It looked really beautiful, and I really admire Kyle and Mauricio's relationship. A lot of people don't like Kyle, but if there's one thing that you can say about them, Kyle and Mauricio haven't seemed to have been struck by the reality TV curse with their marriage. They seem to be just as in love every season as they were when we first saw them on season 1. Mauricio looks to me just as sexy as he did, even though seasons has gone by. I just really admire their relationship, and I hope to have something like they have one day. Just a successful couple with a great family and just so much that you've built. They have caviar and wine. And yeah, I don't know, I enjoyed seeing it. I know a lot of people don't like Kyle, but I really enjoy it. It's refreshing to see a marriage that's intact and not always being torn apart, or they're fighting, or one spouse is embezzling money from people and the other spouse is trying to get out. You know, we see enough of that. And we saw it on Jersey, we've seen it on Salt Lake City, it's happening on Beverly Hills. So it's nice to see a good marriage. We're getting ready for Kathy Hilton's dinner party, the dinner party from hell. And the amount of wealth that this woman has, and I mean, Erica brings it up at one point and makes a good point. This is Kathy Hilton from the Hilton Hotel. This woman is rich. She's got on the house, around the house, staff that are waiting on her at all times. If you dropped Kathy somewhere like where I'm from in the middle of Alabama, she wouldn't know what to do, how to act without her butlers, without her huge home, without her security, without the driver. Like, I'm blown away at the amount of wealth that she has. Kyle calls Kathy before the dinner party to see what Kathy's wearing, and when Kyle calls, the butler answers the phone and says, "Good evening, the Hilton residence," like it's a fucking hotel. And then you hear Kathy in the background ordering food like it's fucking room service. I'm like, she literally lives at the fucking Hilton Hotel. It's amazing to watch because we got that old Beverly Hills wealth back, you know, that Lisa Vanderpump money. Except Kathy Hilton's probably got more than Vanderpump. Gotta have more than Vanderpump. I just got to. Kathy, she's got her butlers literally walking around with silver platters. Like, you know, we've always heard the saying, she grew up with a silver spoon in her mouth, or what do you want this served on a silver platter? Literally, Kathy Hilton has silver platters being carried around. She's serving the best wine. There's $950 Baccarat candle holders sitting on the table. I mean, you got $950 just to spend on multiple Baccarat candle holders. Like, that's what kind of money this woman has for those who really don't get the amount of wealth that she has. But Kathy seems down to earth and sweet to have this much money. You would think people like that are rude and nasty, and she just seems all the time really happy and fun and present and quirky. Oh, they served a caviar pie as well. At the beginning of the dinner, they send around a caviar pie, and my mouth watered a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm by far no means at all rich at all, but I did have the pleasure of having caviar one time when I was at the SLS in Miami South Beach. And when I tell you, for those who haven't had caviar, it is so good. Like, it tasted like a Dorito to me, without the crunch, of course, but it tasted like, I don't know, it was just really good. And I'm like, okay, I see why people eat this. So they send around a caviar pie here at the dinner party. Um, at the beginning, Sutton tries to pull Erica aside because she wants to have a little conversation with her and let her know, look, this is why I held the meeting that I did with the girls. But Erica is not having it at all. She tells Sutton, the last thing I'm worrying about is what you think about me, Sutton. I've got more important things going on in my life, and what you think about me is not one of them. And she walks away and leaves and goes to the bathroom. Um, Lisa Rinna, did anybody notice she just is so cringeworthy to me? She has to be the center of attention all the time. At one point, she grabbed the butler's bell and is just like ringing it over and over again, saying, I have a bell, with those lips. And I'm like, Lisa, we see you. Like, why are you always so fucking obnoxious? Like, if this is how you are when you drink, hell, this is how she is when she's sober. I hope this is Lisa's last season. I'm sorry. If you're a fan of Lisa, she needs to stick to scripted, because reality is just not for her. She's not a fun personality to watch, in my opinion. Um, so the dinner is still kind of starting. It's the beginning, and Dorit tries to go ahead and bring up some issues within the group. And I love it that Kathy actually says, you know what? She says it so gracefully. She's like, you know what, Dorit? Let's wait. Let's not bring that up right now. Let's eat and enjoy a good meal, and then we can talk about that afterwards. And I'm like, oh my God. Of all the seasons of Housewives that I've watched, somebody has some fucking sense, because nobody has ever, we all know at a Housewives dinner, issues are going to be brought up. It's just part of the game. But for once, someone says, can we eat first? Like, so I can enjoy my meal and it's not awkward and I don't have to get up and leave, or wine's not thrown across the table. Can I eat first? I was like, yes. Come on, Kathy. Tell him. Um, so after that, Lisa stirs the pot, of course. I don't know if this was just something that she did on her own, or I don't know if the producers put her up to this, but Lisa grabs the butler bell and she says, I'm going to pass the bell around. And if you have an issue with anybody here, you ring the bell. And I'm like, now, if you go to a dinner with your friends, you at home, if you go to a dinner with your fucking friends, are you going to get a game, come out and start a game out of nowhere that's going to start shit with people? Like, only in Housewives, of course. But, I mean, I guess Rinna had to do it to get the conversation going, because she passes the bell straight to Sutton. And I'm thinking, yeah, y'all were strategic. If you notice, Rinna, Sutton, and Erica were strategically sitting right beside each other. Rinna was probably told to be the one to hold the bell and start the game, and then pass it straight to Sutton, which then sparks the conversation about this whole legal fiasco storyline, right? So it starts off with a bomb because Erica is pissed that this is even being brought up. And this, to me, is another one of the things that I noticed that's making her look very guilty. If you are innocent, or if you didn't have anything to do with this or have any knowledge or anything, Erica, when this would be brought up, you would be able to talk with your friends comfortably about it and be like, yeah, I didn't know. What do you want to know? Sure. No. Yes. Answer the questions with confidence and no problem. But I almost feel like Erica's pissed that they're questioning her, because she probably never in a million years thought that these girls were going to question her, or the girl, Sutton, was going to question her. That's why I said Sutton was needed for this show. Because had Sutton not come on this season, all these girls would have tiptoed around the issue the entire season, and we wouldn't have gotten anywhere. So now I feel like Erica is pissed because they have brought this whole her and Tom storyline into the limelight, and it's the main point of focus every single dinner. Erica says that Sutton didn't have to go out and get panicked over her life because it doesn't affect her. But Dorit chimes in and says, Erica, I love you, but I don't agree with that because every time an article is written, that our names are drug into it. And that does not make us bad friends. And I was like, thank you, Dorit. Thank you for speaking up. Thank you for having a backbone. Thank you for speaking your truth and telling the truth. Yes, Erica, you are my friend, but something that you and your husband have allegedly done could potentially affect me because I am so close with you and we are on a show together and there are articles written about this show. Like how Erica did not understand where her friends were coming from was like blowing my mind. She was so cold. She was so passive aggressive, so dismissive, didn't want to hear anything except licking Erica Jane's ass. That's all she wanted. She thought she was going to be able to go into these scenes and these girls say, I'm so sorry, Erica. I can't believe this is happening to you. Oh my God, if there's anything I can. That's what she thought was going to happen. She didn't think someone was going to come after her and question what she's really doing, which is putting on an act, putting on this whole fiasco so she can control the narrative for her and Tom's defense. Allegedly. Erica says that she's going to remember who was there for her and who was not there for her when all this is put behind her. And I'm just like, you are such an actress, girl. You are such an actress. And if you ever notice and go look at different clips from different seasons, her voice changes. She talks like this right here some. She talks like this right here. She talks like this right here. Like, there's so many different layers and personalities to Erica. I just don't know what to believe. Are you dumb, naive, blonde trophy wife that had no idea what was going on? Or are you that smart performer who's on Broadway and who said on the after show a few seasons ago, I could probably pass the state bar. I've rubbed shoulders with Johnny Cochran, Gloria Allred, all the best of the best in the law world. Are you, Erica? What you've said differently in the past, your stories are not starting to add up. I just feel like if she would tell the truth and say, let me pay these victims back, it would all go away and we'd have a lot more respect for her. Garcelle tries to comfort Erica a few times, and Erica is not having it. At one point, Garcelle puts her arms around Erica, and she says, Erica's like, you can let me go. You can let me go. You can let me go. And I'm like, damn, can she be there for you, Erica? Or like, are you just over it at this point because you feel like they've all betrayed you? Like, if Erica was telling the truth, I could probably see how it would feel like, damn, my friends are betraying me. They don't believe me. But that's the thing. It's so hard to believe her stories when they don't add up. And one of my notes that I wrote in big letters is one, do y'all remember when Dorit said, I just get so sick, Erica, when I hear about the orphans and the widows. And Erica says, what about me? What about me, Dorit? Look at me. Look at me, Dorit. Look at my life. Yeah, look at your life, Erica. You're sitting in Kathy Hilton's house being catered to by butlers while eating caviar and designer clothing in one of the most expensive zip codes in the fucking world. Give me a break. I'm not going to lie to y'all. This episode, I got mad. I almost had to cut it off because I was disgusted at her selfish, narcissistic, self-absorbed behavior. The gig is up, Erica Jane. And everybody's on to you, baby girl. The truth will set you free. Erica says they're all torturing her. And, I mean, she is just putting on the act of the act. It's almost like she put on extra bronzer to make sure that her tear line streams were being able to be seen. Just like she wore the non-waterproof mascara so her mascara could run down her face when she cries, hoping that the judge and the trustees would see this and say, oh, poor Erica Jane had nothing to do with it. We don't believe it. The further we get into this season, like I said, the less I believe. I find it very odd, though, that Lisa Rinna was very quiet when all of this stuff started to get brought up. Because at the beginning, she was drunk, loud, ringing the bell, having a good old time. But when the conversation gets tense, she gets mute real quick. And it's like, is what Ronald Richards said, Rena, true after all? Is what Ronald said true? Kyle proceeds to throw Sutton right under the bus yet again, and I've noticed this is a pattern with Kyle. It seems like her friends are sometimes disposable at the expense of the show and at the expense of a moment and at the expense of her butt. She keeps telling Erica and Sutton, tell her what you said. You just said the other day, Sutton, when I see Erica, I'm going to tell her to her face, I think you're a liar. But those Bravo editors, they played that flashback, and yes, when Sutton did say, I do think Erica's lying, or something like that, Kyle agreed and said, yeah. Like, come on, Kyle, you gotta own it too. Let them lady balls drop. You can't call Sutton Two-Faced when you are just as Two-Faced as her. If she's being Two-Faced, you're 50-faced at this point. To me, Sutton's asking all the hard questions that we want to know, like I said before. Erica at one point says, what? What have I lied about, Sutton? What have I lied about? Spending millions and millions and millions of dollars that didn't belong to you? Maybe that's what you're lying about? Maybe you didn't know at the time, but when you found out, you chose to go with the story that you didn't know, and you continue to go with it. I don't know if your genius husband, lawyer, Tom, told you that, or if your attorneys told you that, but Erica asked Sutton, what the fuck do you think I'm doing? You're trying... Oh, I already said that. Sorry, you guys. And then towards the end, Erica turns vicious, puts her hand in Sutton's face again, and says, you have a lot of fucking nerve. I'll go toe-to-toe with you any day. You hear me? And Sutton, again, sits there like, or what, Erica? Or what? Like, Sutton, get in her ass. Don't let this girl get in your face and intimidate you. I understand you're from the South and you're a Southern belle and you probably don't got that ratchet in you. But I'm going to need you to get that ratchet in you. And I'm going to need you to check these bitches. Excuse me. I'm going to need you to check these girls. I don't mean that derogatory, y'all. In the gay world, we call each other bitches. We call our girlfriends bitch. It's something we do. So I don't mean that derogatory. But I'm going to need Sutton to check these girls, because if she don't, they're going to continue to try to run over her. This scene was probably had to be filmed for hours, because there's so much, even though we only see a little bit, it was so intense. I had a feeling, because they said the Dinner Party from Hell Part 1 back seasons ago was filmed for hours, so I can only imagine that this scene was filmed for hours as well. They end an episode on a huge cliffhanger with Erica going in at Sutton. And I'm just like, oh God, what's going to happen next? And there's not even a preview for the next season or for the next episode. I'm like, oh my God, y'all couldn't even given us a preview. Over here pulling my fucking curls out of my head, because I want to know what happens next. I cannot wait to see where this season goes. I'm so ready to find out the verdict, or whatever you want to call it in legal terms. I'm ready to find out, is Tom going to be convicted? What did Erica know? I'm ready for the layers to continue to be folded back. And I'm going to be here each and every week to continue to break this story down for you and give you all the facts of what's going on. Make sure to come here every week and tune in for the review. Comment below, join the conversation, and let me know how you feel about tonight's episode. Did you enjoy it? Are you believing Erica anymore as the seasons go on? What do you think about Sutton's whole stance in this whole situation? And are you Team Sutton or are you Team Erica? Vote in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode of Damien After Dark.